After checkout, a member folds a warehouse receipt and walks toward the food court. The cart takes the card, hands over the combo, and the price feels wrong. Nothing about that handoff feels like modern food pricing. That meal still costs $1.50. Costco tied that price to the combo in the mid-80s. Adjusted for inflation, it would be more than $4 today. A price that should have climbed now works like a clock stopped at the door. This is the puzzle. The price hides the money. The object is not a sandwich in a normal restaurant. It is a meal placed beside the exit after the bulk cart is already full. The receipt has already done the selling. That location changes the job. Costco describes food courts as warehouse ancillary businesses. They sit in or near the warehouse to encourage more frequent shopping. So the combo is attached to traffic, not just lunch. The obvious answer is that Costco uses the combo as a loss leader. That explanation is reasonable. Stores often sacrifice a product to pull shoppers toward the rest of the basket. The scale makes a restaurant explanation strain. Costco now sells about 200 million food court hot dogs a year. That is not a menu item. It is a national supply chain. It moves through plants, trucks, counters, and crowds. That answer is small. The customer is not the diner. The real question is who the combo is serving. Ron Vacris told Fortune, the membership card is the most important item Costco sells. The hot dog gives that card a taste. At fiscal year end, Costco had over 80 million paid members. Those members generated about $5.3 billion in fees. Before a warehouse sells a pallet, the club has recurring money coming in. That fee stream is the floor underneath the food court counter. That money depends on renewal. Costco reported more than 90% renewal in the United States and Canada. A crowd that keeps coming back is worth more than squeezing lunch. The warehouse is built to make that bargain believable. Costco averages about 150,000 square feet. That is aircraft hangar scale with checkout lanes at the front. Inside that space, Costco limits choice. The annual report says a core warehouse carries fewer than 4,000 active items. Fewer decisions concentrate purchasing power into bigger orders. A supermarket feels wide. Costco turns narrow choice into volume. Scarcity makes scale visible. The cart inherits that discipline. That discipline reaches the cash cycle. Costco says fast turnover can let it sell inventory before paying suppliers. The shelf becomes a financing machine, not only storage. That matters when prices are promises. Now the food court has the same pressure. Even then, the combo was already selling tens of millions of hot dogs worldwide. The cart was demanding factory scale. Then supply became the weak link. Costco says kosher meat constraints pushed it to investigate a Kirkland signature hot dog. When a supplier wobbles, a fixed price starts depending on someone else's factory. The vulnerability was not flavor, it was dependence. In 2009, Craig Jelinek made an unusual choice for a retailer. Rather than negotiate harder, he opened Costco's own hot dog making plant. Instead of asking a vendor to protect the sign, Costco moved the sign upstream. The combo became less like a purchase order and more like infrastructure. The supplier became internal. The price gained a factory. The switch also protected the product. Costco's magazine said the Kirkland dog was all beef and about 10% heavier. The bargain did not shrink to survive. The hot dog is not cheap. The promise is expensive. That expense buys public proof. Everyone exiting sees the same sign, then sees the same line. A private membership becomes a shared test of fairness. The bargain is verified in public. In May of 2024, Gary Millichip told analysts the price was safe. That sentence matters because chief financial officers protect margins for a living. He was defending a signal, not a snack. Costco's annual report gives the mechanism a name without mentioning the hot dog. It says holding prices steady during cost increases can hurt near-term gross margin. But that discipline preserves the members' belief that Costco still has pricing authority. A visible sacrifice can be a way to keep permission to sell everything else. That is the larger lesson behind a $1.50 hot dog. Some prices are not set to maximize the item. They are set to defend the whole system around the item. The same rule applies to gasoline near the warehouse. Costco operated more than 700 gas stations at fiscal year end. Fuel is another visible bargain that pulls the card back into use. They act like another front door. At fiscal year end, Costco had more than 900 warehouses. Across that map, the same tiny sign tells members the system still remembers them. The hot dog is edible governance. The price stays still. That is the product. There's a hidden system behind almost everything. Subscribe and we'll find the next one.